Death Valley, Clemson Memorial Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Clemson Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in pregame with the Miami head coach. He is so pleased with the way this quarterback is playing. As you know, he was a transfer coming in and they didn't know what they were getting exactly. But he has become one of the leaders of this team. He has proven that he can carry them. If he keeps playing like this, the sky's the limit. I'll keep you posted on how he's settling in here early to start this game. Back to you guys.
Holly, thank you. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lyle. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. And here's the guy they want to feed, this senior running back. Last time out, scored a touchdown just under 100 yards in their victory.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak. And the biggest thing has been their running back and their ability toting the football. Physical, they're able to stay ahead of the sticks. Defenses just get worn down because of this guy and his physical style running the football, and I expect to see a little bit of that again today.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Mensah finds the tight end. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They've got a little more work to do after that holding call at 2nd and long. Back to pass. He'll throw it. It's complete to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires on the move. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Hunt is on its way. He'll take it on the return. He gets a block. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Tigers' offense takes the field for the first time in this game. We get a look at the guy the quarterback will be looking for, DJ Moore. And what a treat to see a couple of pass catchers like this, each taking their shot to make big plays.
And I'm just telling you, being around Jesse Palmer all week, these two schools, he wouldn't mind playing for these schools because they develop the wide receiver position year in and year out. They find guys with athletic ability that are playmakers, and it's no different today. Palmer, talk about these two dudes.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, they fit this game in the tradition of both these schools, putting out All-American receivers, Bolitnikoff winners, first-round draft picks at the position, and you've got two of those guys here in this game. They're each going to get a bunch of balls thrown their way. They're both so dangerous after the catch. This is a quarterback's dream to get a chance to play in either of these two offenses. This one's going to be fun.
Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
That might have been a touchdown-saving tackle right there. Offensively, nice play call going with the toss to get that running back to the outside. I'm telling you, if he makes that guy miss, that might have been 6.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
The handoff to Johnson. Could be an alley. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business. The Tigers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Trying to find the end zone, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Clemson.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game, but defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB's looking for.
Set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that drive covered just 44 yards, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He's got his man across the middle. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And for the majority of the offseason, we thought Mensah was going to be starting for Duke in the offseason saga that happened. Obviously, a lot went into it. But here's what you know about Miami quarterbacks in recent history. Cam Ward, the number.
Caught, and he's got room. Lowers those pads. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. So now on comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. That'll bring him to within 4.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have him. There's some room. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out. And they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Haynes. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. They're up by a touchdown here in the 1st.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. These two teams feeling each other out a bit, down 10-3 as they open this drive. Got room to work. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mensah. Got it in the middle, it's Lofton. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right, and be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. And I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on both sides of the ball that they can count on week in, week out. I like that play call there. 3rd and short, QB goes under center. You got the back in the backfield, and everybody's thinking it's going to be a run play. Instead, you throw the football when the defense isn't expecting it to keep your offense on the field.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
And you've already seen this QB, man. He's willing to spread the ball around and take what the defense gives him and not force it to his go-to guy. But it's not a surprise. When you get it to him, good things happen. He can chew up chunks of yards and make those big plays.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Mensah. And they're not on the same page there.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll run play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Brown. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And, man, it's really nice to see a QB and see the blitz right away. Sees the blitz coming, they come attack, replace it right away, get it to your running back, let him take off and do some damage. When anybody blitzes, man, try to find that space right behind him, and that's where you can make big plays.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off play action. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the point after is good. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Tigers setting out their offense ready to get this drive started. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and managing. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Finds his tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
catches it at the 30. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find him.
Finding some room. Got enough for the first. Touchdown, Canes! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming on the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
He locked up and held on to bring him down.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it over the middle. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Fires to the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. Clemson ready to go. With another first down. Running inside. It's Haynes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Back to throw, it's Denson. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big... in this game.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's at the 50. Past the 30. The 20. Touchdown, Miami! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And what a job in coverage by the defense. First, the defender able to get his hand on the ball and tip that up into the air. It lands right into his buddy's hands. He has the convoy, and it is off to the races.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
Offside.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Blasted as he lets it go. Working the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
You know, Clemson football is at its best when they've got that guy at the helm that can be a playmaker. And Cade Klubnik had some of those flashes, right? Like going to the college football playoff the year before. But Clemson returning back to humanity a year ago. Not a good season for them. And Jesse, they didn't go out and get the 5-star commit in the portal. They didn't go out and pay a lot of money. They believe in developing it through high school and the guys they brought in.
Is it the guy, though? Because you mentioned it, David, and you're so right. When they had Deshaun Watson or they had Trevor Lawrence, they were the guy. They were the guy that took this offense, took this entire team to a national championship caliber level. They were true alphas at the quarterback position, and now we're going to find out if this new guy is the guy.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Catch and stride inside the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Run in the red zone, it's Johnson. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Got it set up on the outside. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board. Picked off! What a play to set him up!
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
All right, if you're a quarterback in that situation, you know there's nowhere to go, so just
cut your losses.
You're right, absolutely. Slide, don't take the extra punishment. You just give up on the play.
Dropping back, it's Reynolds. Under fire, going for it all. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Here's Mensa to throw. The sure hands, it's Vaughn. He's brought down after a gain of about 5. Clock comes to a stop as we've reached a 2-minute timeout. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Caught in the backfield, it's Vaughn. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28. The Hurricanes moving quickly to the line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. He wants to throw it again. Unleashes it on the run. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their third possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete. But if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. They boot it away. On his way back from the 20. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Looking to throw, it's Reynolds. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Clemson calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. A costly holding penalty backs him up. It's 1st and 20. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll pull it down. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out, but when things...
He wants to go deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Got a first down. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking for a man. It's Reynolds. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Fights off a defender. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Rutgers, taking on the number 4 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Scarlet Knights with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. The outcome today brings them to 4-1 on the season. That is a solid start. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC. And now back to your game in Death Valley. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. Time to see how things play out the rest of the way as we send it back to our guys in Death Valley.
The Canes will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This injury could play a big factor, Holly. What have you got on it?
Hey guys, checking in with the Tigers head coach. Big news. Their quarterback is out for the rest of this game. Guys, this really hurts because he was terrific in the passing game, really stretching that defense. His backup has big shoes to fill. I'll keep you posted on how it's going down on the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Reynolds. Rushes on him, and down he goes.
This defense so far, they've understood the mission. The mission is to get this fast, speedy quarterback on the ground. And they've got to him early, they've got to him often, and most importantly, they continue to get him on the ground and create these negative plays for this offense that creates a big hole for him.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Clemson will send the punt team out. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. He's got it on the right. Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. New set of downs after the completion. Here's Darian Mentor to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And he takes this from inside the 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
To throw, it's Reynolds. Bringing the heat. Gets it out quickly. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
The run inside. It's Johnson. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Scrambling away. He'll pull it down and run. Still on his feet at the 45. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Handoff from the gun. How many guys are left grabbing for air as he gets it to the 26-yard line?
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on fourth down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another.
He's got it, first down and more. They finally get him stopped. So dangerous after the catch, but his defense might get a little help from the officials here. That one hurts. They thought they'd move the chains on fourth down. Instead, they back up. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Splits the uprights. Good. Now the lead is down to 11.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man. It's Vaughn. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And the Canes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Got it behind the line. It's Vaughn. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Well, just nothing happening that time for the QB, right? RPO keeps it. He's trying to throw, nobody there. He tries to buy time getting out to his right-hand side, but the defense took everything away and just forced the quarterback to have to eat the football.
Mensah. Pocket breaking down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Canes line up to punt it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Running inside. It's Davidson. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Looking to pass, it's Reynolds. He lets one fly deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And you could tell the offense was trying to take a shot and really stress that safety. Sending one guy long, you better cover the deep ball, and then try to slip a guy right underneath it. Unsuccessfully, the quarterback's got to be a little bit better at that time.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Haynes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here's a hit. And they got it. After that last play, there is a Clemson Tiger slow to get up. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He's looking downfield to throw. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field possession than this all game did.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
They'll move the wide receiver. Could not make his way to the corner. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Here's Mensah to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. There is nowhere to go. He has stopped, and it'll be fourth down from the 23. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kick. They got it. It's blocked. That's a live ball, and the defense has it. He's loose down the left side. The 40. The 30. Past the 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Clemson. Once he got some room, it was over. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. When you play receiver for this guy, you better be ready to catch the football. He spread it all over the place through the first three periods. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Motion from the wide receiver. The run inside. It's Fletcher. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Hurricanes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. I mean, critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Makes the catch at the 30. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And now, deep in the fourth quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet.
Might have a chance. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. First down for this offense.
Here we go. Ready.
Might as well run him. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Trying to escape and get it himself. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Davidson. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
A lot of times on 2nd down, you're thinking pass, especially 2nd, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the 1st down really easily.
Wants to throw. It's Reynolds. Complete. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. Past the line of scrimmage. Touchdown, Tiger! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated, pound the rock, get in the end zone, and take the lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mensah. The screen, he's got wheels. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against a defense playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. The Canes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He gets it out to the 17. The cover unit right there to make the stop. Holly Rowe has an update.
Guys, here on the Clemson sideline, there is a lot of excitement because this offense is outperforming a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this game with the lead and the ball, but they have got to play clean football right now. Right before they huddled up to take the field, the coaches are yelling, execute, execute. We'll see if they're able to make that happen and keep this lead. Back to you.
All right, Holly.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go right back to it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now 3rd down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him if they decide to throw the football.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Clemson will send the punt team out. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Miami sideline, I can see a big-time decision looming right now with the coaching staff. They need this field goal. They need to rely on their kicker right now, but he's already missed in this game, so I can see conversations happening. The kicker is working into the net right now, trying to keep calm and cool if they do call his number. We'll see what they decide. I'll keep you posted. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. Mensa. Under fire. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Trying to run, it's Fletcher. This defense getting the job done, forcing a 4th down decision. A field goal would tie it. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And here in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. Running inside, it's Johnson. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Breaks the tackle. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
They'll try to pick up a few here on 3rd down, but from here it would be a 60-yard attempt. They'll send the back in motion. Takes an easy completion. Looks as if Clemson will have the 1st down.
What's important in this game, this offense, gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think.
Maybe a crease. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The holding penalty will make it 1st and 20. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Moore. He's loose on the right. Attack. Touchdown, Tigers. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
That's a huge score for this offense. And as a head coach, you love to see your team respond. Obviously, your defense gives up a field goal on the last possession to tie the game. The offense doesn't even flinch. You come out on the field, execute, you march it down the field, score a touchdown, and you punctuate that drive, retaking the lead and putting all the pressure back on your opponent.
The AT unit on the field. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Personal foul.
When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll run the counter. Nice move there. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. So Miami signals for a timeout. Using his legs, it's Fletcher. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. 4th down, gotta have it here. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Here on the Tigers sideline, this offense is getting ready to take the field, and they know they are in command. They keep saying, eat, eat. They can't stop us right now. This is a top 10 defense. This is a little bit surprising here today, but guys, I feel all the momentum, all the chemistry and excitement over here with this offense. They just need to play clean football and take care of the ball.
Here's a little room there.
Man, the nicest thing in sports to have is to be able to rely on the run game, to have the lead and be able to run that clock out. Just watch it tick, and the defense can do nothing about it. And that right there gets it done. Leaning on the ground game, and Jesse, I don't know about the clock, but that thing's about to run out.
And that's really the identity of this offense, too. They are going to be physical. They're going to run the ball even when you know it's coming. And in that situation where you just need one 1st down to end the game, you can go out and execute like that. They're going to feel good after this one.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.